Hi everyone, I'd like to use this video to explain one of the Khan Academy assignments that was called Completing the Square Intermediate. So in this assignment there are two different kinds of answers that they are asking for. One is where when you're completing the square it's in vertex form like this, like x plus a number squared and then plus another number. And then the other one is where that second number in vertex form is on the other side of the equation. So I'm going to walk you through how to do these two examples, and then you can try it again on your own if you didn't get at least a 75%, and hopefully this will help. So for this question here, x squared minus 6x plus 43, now if the second box is on the same side of the equation, then you're not going to move the 43 over to the other side. Instead, you're just going to separate the 43. So I'm going to rewrite this equation as x squared minus 6x, and then starting the process of completing the square, I'm going to say plus, and then leave a blank there, and that's going to be the number that will complete the square for this trinomial. And then plus 43, and then normally we say, well, whatever we add to this side, we add to the other side. But if there is no other side, if it's all on the same side, then whatever we add to this side, we subtract from the same side. So we're going to instead add, whatever we add over here, we're going to subtract it over here. That way it'll cancel out on the same side of the equation. Okay, and then we're going to subtract it from 43. So then to figure out what our magic number is, we take the b term, divide it by 2, and then square the result. So if you took negative 6 and divided it by 2, you would get negative 3. Okay, so then you would take negative 3 and square it. Remember, whenever you square this number, you get a positive, so positive 9. So that will be the number here, and then if we added it here, we're going to subtract it over here. Okay, so then this x squared plus 6x plus 9 is our perfect square trinomial, which we can write like this. Now the number that's in this box is not going to be 9. It's going to be whatever this number was. So negative 3 is going to go in this box, because that's the number that will be when you write it in vertex form like that. And then 43 minus 9 is 34. So 34 will go in this box. So negative 3 and 34. So that's how to do an example like this, where both blanks are on the same side of the equation. Now let's look at another kind of example where one of the blanks is over here and then the other blank is over there. So if you've got an equation and it equals 0, with completing the square, the first thing you're going to do is move the c term over to this side by subtracting 63. So then it would be x squared minus 16x, and then plus blank for completing the square equals, now for subtracting 63, then it's going to be negative 63. Okay, so then we'll complete the square to find our magic number. So we take our b term, divide it by 2, and then you get negative 8. So negative 8, just so you know, that's the number that goes in the parentheses. So we already found that number. But in order to get this number, we have to keep going and figure out what we would add over here. So then you take that number, negative 8, and then you square it. So negative 8 squared would be 64, positive 64. So if we're adding 64 over here, we have to add it onto this side. Okay, so then negative 63 plus 64 is positive 1. So 1 would go in this blank. So the only difference between these two questions is that on this one, the 1 would be on this side. Well, but it would be negative 1 because you're subtracting it over. So this is like just purely a vertex form equation. This kind of gets you set up for solving the equation because you set the equation equal to 0. Alright, so hopefully that video helps. Just a short 5-minute video to get you on the right track And I'm going to let you try that assignment again until Monday at midnight. So if you didn't get a very good grade on that one, please go ahead and try it again and get a better score of at least 75%. All right? So hopefully that helps you.